Many of us learn to fly with GPS using the Garmin 430 or 530, and even though these units are slowly being phased out, much of the logic and buttonology of them is incorporated in more modern GPS platforms like the 650, the G1000 or 3000, or other avionics. Learning some fundamentals will help not only with mastering this particular unit, but understanding GPS use in general. Here's a few tips. When navigating with GPS, the easiest thing to do is go direct to a destination, such as Tangier Island in the southern part of the Chesapeake Bay. We'll be departing from Annapolis. It's a much better idea to enter the entire flight plan by hitting FPL, then hitting the cursor button, and inputting the departure airport, KANP, then the destination airport, KTGI. This way, we have a determined route to follow, as opposed to going direct destination, which draws a straight line from wherever we happen to be when we do so. Now, departing from Annapolis will put us over a good amount of open water, so we'd like to keep our feet a bit more dry by going via Cambridge. To input a waypoint into our already planned flight, we go to the point we want to input something before, so in this case KTGI, and simply twist the inside knob to start entering that waypoint, KCGE. It's a little awkward because it feels like we're replacing KTGI, but when we hit enter, we see that it puts Cambridge between our departure and destination. Now, to activate the leg from Annapolis to Cambridge, we scroll to Cambridge, hit menu, then enter twice to activate it, as shown by the pink arrow connecting Annapolis and Cambridge now. The next tip is actually more of a for-flight tip. The 430-530 unfortunately doesn't have a way to load Victor Airways for IFR routings like later units do. We need to load the individual waypoints ourselves. Here, we're going from Pueblo, Colorado to Plainview, Texas, almost entirely along Victor 81. There are over a dozen waypoints along this route, but we don't have to enter all of them. If we go into More, then Settings, then choose Airway Decoding, we can switch from showing all waypoints to showing just the bends along the route. This pares the route down to just about 5 points that we need for course changes to keep us on Victor 81. We'll still need to watch out for those intermediate fixes for minimum altitude changes or changeover points, but it makes route input a lot easier. Next, when you load an approach, it's important to have a look at the fixes to make sure they match what you're briefing on your approach plate, but it's also good to check those 2-letter suffixes. These coded labels are fix types. The IA initial approach is the 8DME along the 094 radial. Then after intercepting the 350 radial, the FA final approach is the DHT VOR. Then the missed approach point MA is runway 17, and the missed hold point MH is the DHT VOR. Here's one last tip. You are allowed to substitute a GPS unit like this one for most procedures requiring DME. There are a number of ways to do this, but if you're practicing DME arcs and you just want a readout of what your DME distance is from a certain VOR station, you can twist the outer knob all the way to the right to bring up the nearest screen. Then twist the inner knob to pull up the nearest VORs. We see the nearest VORs, Baltimore, Andrews, Nottingham, and so on, along with their distances. Just be aware that these are ground distances, which can be lower than the slant range distance a true DME would display, depending on how high up and close to the station you're flying. But it won't show a slant range error if you're lower than 1,000 feet above the station for every mile away you are from it. What does that mean? So for Baltimore here at 14.5 miles, we'd have to be higher than 14,500 feet up to start to see a difference between the distance displayed here and the actual DME distance. Like I said, these tips apply to the 430-530, but the logic can be used to understand and master more modern units as well. As always, check out Flight Insight Ground Schools to master your flying knowledge, no matter what level of training you're at. See you in class.